right, guys. It is now 7 o'clock. So you know what that means. It is time for Talk the Ting with Kim. All right, yours truly. So today's topic is, how do you know when the relationship is over? That one I know bug enough of our mind, enough of our brain. We've either been there, we either are there, or we may be there one day. I don't know. So, I was brainstorming, trying to figure out what do I want to talk about this week. And I don't know. I felt like, okay, the month ending. Yeah. Summer around the corner. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to bring anything that needs to be let go into a new season, So I was thinking, I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to this topic. Either, as I said, have been through it, going through it, or may go through it one day soon. So this, I thought, was a good topic to end the month of May with. So I have some things to think about before the new month starts. And before the new season starts. Because me hear hot girl summer and city boys and all these things and whatever. I don't know if that's what your aim is this summer. But if that's the case, and I have some reasonments within yourself. And Funtastic Fridays is going to help you with it, all right? So once again, it's how do you know your relationship is over? All right, so relationships. Some of us, guys, I'm going to ask Mr. Fresh Concepts to monitor the live. So I know you guys like to drop your comments and your feedback and your responses and stuff. So I can't see them right now while I'm going through it, but he'll let me know what y'all are saying. So as I say every week, it's not about me coming to preach to you guys. I like a conversation. I appreciate feedback. I want to know if you not agree, if you not disagree, if you've been there, done that. If y'all have some tips, for say, this is what I had to do, So feel free to share all of that, and you can also do it with our text lines. They're 876-212-9824 or 876-462-0919. You can send the messages in on WhatsApp, or you can text it. Just ensure that you include your name as well, all right? All right, so let's get into it. Relationships. Some of us are actively pursuing one or miss being in one. Some of us are currently enjoying one, or some of us may have recently ended one and are just over relationships. We also have some of us who are probably in one trying to figure out whether it is worth staying or not. So this is all kind of relationships existing right now, right? So it's fair to say that just like anything else in life, relationships come with their share of ups and downs. So if you connect with the latter, that's the one that you're trying to figure out if it's worth staying or not, then Funtastic Fridays wants to share some tips that will help you to decide if you need to find a way to reignite the flame in your relationship, or if it is time to throw in the towel and call it quits. All right? So one of the most common complaints among newly single people is that they wish they'd gotten out of their old relationship sooner. Why? Well, the signs of a deteriorating relationship are usually abundant, but people generally don't know what to look for, or they don't want to admit the fact that a breakup could be on the horizon. Nobody really want to say the end of the road is near when it comes to anything, really. But I'm just saying, relationship is not a happy moment. I get that. I think we can all relate to that, all right? So we've all experienced tough times with those we love, and in healthy relationships, occasional arguments are usually nothing to worry about. At some point, however, you may be faced with a feeling of doubt that's hard to ignore. You may feel like you've lost your connection, or that the bad times are significantly outweighing the good times, or you may have gone through a difficult event that may have damaged your trust. So how do you know if the relationship is over or if you're just going through a rough patch? It's important to note that even when you still care about each other, staying together might not be the best choice for either of you. When we're emotionally invested, especially for a long period of time, it can be easier to turn a blind eye to disagreements, even if they happen more often than they used to. It's never simple to consider breaking up with someone you love, but by learning how to recognize when a relationship is over and preparing yourself to cope afterwards, you can determine what's best or how best to move forward, all right? So we're going to get into the tips. Let me know if you agree, disagree, in your feelings, all of these things. Number one, the first sign they're suddenly spending more time with their family and friends. Right? One of the biggest red flags that your partner is no longer as invested in your relationship is if you notice that they are spending significantly less time with you and dedicating more time to family and friends.
Is it over though, Kim?
Well, that's a sign that it might. We never say it is, might be over. They are putting more energy and time into other relationships in their inner circle. Of course, if you notice yourself doing this, it may also be a heads up that you're feeling less connected to your partner as well than you did before. Right? So I made sure to start with that one because I don't want you guys to sit down and point out the flaws of your partner right now. Want to actually look into yourself too,
yes,
because sometimes we are the ones doing these behaviors, but we can only see other people and what them not do, but we're not seeing what we're not doing. All right, so no one else sit down in one corner and I say, yeah man, him do that, she do this, yeah man, see all of that. We have 8 out of 10. See there, don't no.
Kim?
No.
When a lady say, boy, let's talk, she know what you are saying, I'll be argument, she tell you. And when ladies hear about counseling, this counseling is what I need to do. No, counseling is what is his problem.
But one go counseling because what hear them say you're doing everything right. It's not your fault, right? But no, guys, for real. And I know this song because when I was thinking about it and I wrote it, I was like, spending more time with family and friends is not necessarily a bad thing because, we go through phases and sometimes you might need the support of those. It's a different type of love. It's not the romantic lovey-dovey type of love. There's some people that just been there from day one and them know all your flaws, the ins and the outs and whatever. And it might be a phase, right? But it can be a sign as well. I feel like
drifting.
If not, probably most or all of us have been there. Probably if we've gone through a breakup, we could have spot where, some effort was being made with their friends more or family more. So there's a different thing. It's not just, okay, I'll par more right now compared to, all right, I realize that we're not really bonding like one time. And now everything else is, so-and-so call you at Touch Road. Oh, so-and-so this. Oh, you're not come home tonight. Oh, those things can be a sign. What do you say, Mr. Fresh Concepts? You agree, disagree, what? And on the live as well.
It's a sign the person is drifting. I wouldn't just say over. I'd say, you need a stronger sign. Or as persons would say, you need a sign to let you know that it's over. But
so all if it's big and bold and red, it's a hint.
It might be going to that direction. But
you don't jump to conclusion. No. But it may be a red flag, basically.
It's not a red flag. I'd say a yellow flag. Caution.
Okay.
Person drifting on.
So a conversation might need to be had.
Yeah. A little refresher, a little bonding. It might be related to so many things. Probably the person going through some hard time at work.
And somebody can relate to it better.
Them going through some stress, they focus on something else. So, you get a little drifty. But that not really means
so it's not forget up and cut.
No.
But it's just for reason about this. Yeah. But it could be a hint.
Yellow flag, yeah.
Okay, I think I'm not sure. Am I seeing a comment on the live there?
No, it says Thierry live joined.
Okay. All right, and then number 2. When something major happens, they're not the first person you tell.
No, that would mean that it's over.
Well, no, we're not saying it's over. We're saying that what potential signs are, right?
You are drifting as well. So
but those are signs, right? So when you get a promotion or you lose a big client or you win your fantasy football league, who's the first person you tell?
All right,
if someone comes before your partner in sharing either good or bad news, they are no longer your primary confidant or your closest friend. Over time, that evolves into a stronger relationship with others and a weakened link to your partner. So we're not saying, that it really depends on the bond you have with different people, right? But then for most people, I know that, especially in the good stage of the relationship or good times, anything, if you sneeze too hard, you mess with baby, I sneezed a while ago, right? If something happened, they're probably the first person you want to call and tell, whether it's good, bad, in between, whatever it is. So mix up going, so this did go on, right? So I think that's really what they're relating to.
Yeah, but it's
we know there's exceptions, but I think that's generally what they're saying.
Because as you say, if for the suspense, the girl might want to tell her girlfriend, if it's, something, let's say, towards a celebration, let's say he and his brethren are work on, might tell the brethren first. But I get what you're saying. If you realize that the line of communication with your partner is delayed, they are number 3 on the call list, those kind of things, you know, say that not sound right. Yeah.
And so bear in mind, guys, it's not that these things happen one time.
Yeah.
We're talking about consistency. So it's not that, boy, so you're not telling me that one thing happened, you never tell me first? No, that's not what we're asking you to look at. It's everything that I'm listing is just things that you may have noticed over time. And once again, it's not saying that if you got done the relationship, it may just be a sign that y'all have things to work on. Yeah, y'all have things to discuss.
I just think it's funny how you know, you get a promotion and I had to hear it from somebody else.
No, that would make me feel away.
Okay.
If you get a promotion, somebody else may have to hear from.
Suppose a surprise, I'm plan for surprise.
Well, if a surprise comes out eventually, then I guess.
Right.
But I could get that though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So sometimes, guys, just give it some time. These things are like a signs, like a yellow flag. No, but I just see sign, you just jump out.
Yes, right. When we say we're in a culture now, everybody just on guard, you know. Everybody look for the problem, you know.
Black. Unfollow. Ghosts.
I watch you.
Them do.
I check online. I check status. Oh, you know, reply to me. Oh, guys, we have whole things to work on, you know.
Them whole things to work on, message, you know, look for the message in 1 minute.
But you post for social media. I don't tell you, say, but you post and you don't reply. We have whole things to work on, you know.
And most of the time, you're not even online, because even if somebody try call you,
you're on a WhatsApp call or something, it's gonna show online. So
that means you're there scrolling through messages. It does mean your phone connected to something.
Exactly, guys. We have things to work on, so that's how we're doing these relationship topics. And as such, the one here, when something major happens, they're not the first person you tell. So that could be a sign. Could be a sign that the relationship is ending or is over. All right. Number 3, you're no longer doing your quote unquote your activities together. Right. So every couple falls into rituals and or habits that become their thing. For example, watching a certain TV show together, so they don't watch this without each other, going to the gym together, probably playing a sport together, or some online game, or even just making tacos every Tuesday. When one person starts bailing on those plans or doing them on their own repeatedly, it could be a sign that the relationship is nearing its end. What do you say about that one there?
Yeah, that's usually it. You get in there, but it basically sometimes might just mean that, you know, it's time for a refresher again, you know. So all of these signs so far are things that can be worked on.
So that's what I'm indicating.
Yes.
So it's not saying that you're going to get up and done it, you know, but it may be a sign that, okay, relationships are work, guys. It them not just happen. Them not just you wake up and, you know, how the sun just shine automatically. It don't wake up shining every day. That's not how a relationship works. So you have to put in effort. So if you see these signs, it's not that, boy, this means we're going to done soon, you know. It may just be a conversation needs to be had and have some things to discuss. Somebody's feeling some sort of way and you don't want to fix it. If it is, it's something that you want to fix and you need to put in some work on fixing it. So if it is that you notice that you're no longer doing activities that you usually do together, you know, do it separate or you know, not remind each other or whatever, that could be a sign. Number 4, you start avoiding going home or you avoid spending time alone together. So any problematic living situation can lead people to stay out later than usual or to consistently find reasons to be out of the house to avoid interaction with the person they live with. If you and your partner live together and yet you find yourself looking for excuses to stay out, you may be avoiding the fact that your relationship is in jeopardy. Right? So if you realize that home is not the piece of that safe space where you have your peace of mind anymore because your partner is there, because you know, so when you reach in, she'll go vex, or you're reaching, he might ignore you or whatever, so you're just trying to find other things to occupy your time, that's probably a sign. You can't be in a relationship and instead of trying to fix stuff, you just try to find things to outdo each other. Who can ignore the other one more? Who can avoid the other one more? Them things are not healthy. That's toxicity right there. All right. So if it is that you find yourself avoiding going home or you avoid spending time alone together, so if you could have spent the whole day at home together, you find a friend, what you do? Anyway, I go. They even need for that. For have no reason for that on the road today. Me come.
Working late today.
Working late, right? Work done 4:30. You know, nothing else for the but you just stay because you can't bother. You know, that is a sign. Once again, not a sign that you need to end it right away, but it may mean that some work is needed here. So you agree?
Yeah, man. I mean, these are signs that it's
some work is needed. Line. It's on the exactly something, some like a hazard. Yeah.
Drifting.
All right. So number 5, you feel alone even when you're together. So for the most part, you feel like you're pretty much on your own, even when you're spending time with your significant other. According to research, this is the biggest concern for couples who seek relationship therapy. You are physically together, but emotionally you feel alone and disconnected. It is a silent sign that the relationship is unfortunately headed south unless you actively work with your partner to fix this issue.
All right, Kimmie.
Yeah.
What could have caused that now?
A lot of people feel that way. You're in a relationship and you're you know, power, you know, and you're around each other, you know.
And the person's there.
No, feeling alone don't only mean physically alone now. I know you're dead, I see you.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you want, you just rub up on them shoulder and, you know.
Yeah, but then, you know, when things are strained and most people, like, you're not really trying to fix things. Just a whole heap of things there undealt with. And the tension is there, and the this is there. But then you know, so the person you're there with, so all right, you still have to there around them, but you literally don't feel a connection. You just feel distant. You feel estranged to an extent.
Right. I was just gonna say that. Then, in that case, then it's as if then you probably don't feel like you know the person.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's one of the biggest concerns for the couples that seek therapy, that they're together.
This that I am with.
Yeah, you know, par every day, but you just feels that
they don't even know me.
Exactly. They don't notice. Maybe you're in some type of vibe or some sort of mood, and they don't even notice that you're feeling off. You know, and usually somebody who you're with will notice certain things, like you're usually more upbeat, you're usually more whatever. Or if this movie come on, I know say you're a fair movie that a film show that or a film team or play, but I'm not really excited. You know, you're not noticing those stuff.
Or as 95% of the women would say, and probably 70% of the men would say, wow, I'm right here with her and she just dunging at the phone.
And that, yes.
Right here with them and it's dunging at
that is actually a very big one.
Yeah.
That is we see that every day, people going out on dates and both of them on the phone. I've heard of people suing people that. I mean, 1 and 2 times in America, yes. Yeah, it actually happened. There was a man that took a woman to the movies, and 3/4 of the time she was on her phone, and at the end of the date, he sued her for his time and money that he spent on her at the movies. It was in America.
Ironic because if you go sue somebody that take time and money,
right? So but I try and make it back same way.
No, him actually using up more time and money.
I don't know. Probably have too much time for him hand and too much money. I don't know.
Clearly.
Right? So if you feel alone, even when you're together, that could be a sign.
All right. So Maria Queen B says, "Can I add something?" Sure, you can.
Of course, we want to add it.
So what are you waiting on? Oh, geez. Come on, man.
Add them, all right? So, yeah, number 5, you feel alone even when you're together, all right? And then this leads into number 6, which we sort of hinted at earlier. There's no emotional connection.
So you've lost emotional connection because we'll hope that somewhere there was once before.
Yeah, but as in you lost it. It's not feeling the same anymore. So when the spark is gone, or their kisses or touch don't feel the same, or it's hard to tell if or their kisses or touch don't feel the same, then it's hard to tell if a relationship is worth saving. One of the key signs your relationship is ending is that you are no longer vulnerable and open with your partner. A cornerstone of happy, healthy relationships is that both partners feel comfortable being truly open to sharing thoughts and opinions with one another. If you're not sharing what's really on your mind, it might be a sign that you no longer want a deep connection. Similarly, if you found that the usual fun banter between you is gone, or it's difficult to have engaging conversations, your bond could be getting weaker. Right, so that emotional connection, that little zing there that you had in the beginning, where things were just whatever, you know, it not feeling that way. And we're not saying this, guys, that zing that happens, it not gonna last throughout the whole relationship. You're gonna make the zing eventually.
You're saying that the zinc what them have for like shield.
I never put on a seep on the zing. The zing. You know, you never watch Transylvania? When you zing.
I know a zing.
Yeah, it says the zing me talk about.
It's like the emotional zinc that's on the relationship.
Yeah. Same way, so yeah, if you're not feeling that emotional connection anymore, you're not looking forward to certain things, or if it is that you're big on physical touch, you're not excited by the touch anymore, or what else we can say?
I think we need a topic from this one, like this little one here, because this is very tricky. So there you are, you were, let's say, in love and whatever, feeling connection, and here you are at this point, not feeling the connection. What could it be? What could be the causes and what could be the fixes? Because I'm thinking, all right, it possibly that the relationship is coming to an end, but I'm thinking, hey, there are several reasons that this can be happening. That probably not really say, boy, end relationship worthy. It's probably just fix up and get back on track.
But that's why I love that you said this, right? Because as I saying, I love that you said this because as I said earlier, it's not saying that only forgot done it, but it's a sign that y'all have things to talk about. So you can't just over there not feeling the emotional connection anymore and you're not saying nothing. So you know your feelings over there, so then probably them feelings over there. So are they over there wondering what's happening because you seem out of it, whether it's him or she or whoever it is in the relationship, feeling some type of way, right? If you're not discussing it to find out what the root cause is, it's the case where somebody's caught up at work trying to get a promotion, somebody's dealing with some family issues, so they're a bit distant, so they're probably not as lovey-dovey and not as, there's a whole heap of things, but you're not going to know if you don't talk about it, right? So it's a sign. But these signs don't mean go in it.
Okay.
It mean have to work on things.
All right. So signs that your relationship need fixing up.
All right. So we'll adjust
some
it.
attention.
But I like that. Right, need some attention.
Mary Queen B says, I can't say it here. IG not allowing it. I wish you say so.
Oh, what you say, Miriam?
Queen B, here what you do. You see those numbers there on the Instagram page there? Send us a WhatsApp or a text message.
And we vet it.
We'll be able to view and review.
Or
and
we can edit what you say.
Yeah. All right.
And get the gist out there.
I tell you, what she have over there.
So I like what you said. We're gonna modify the topic, right? So it's not necessarily how you know your relationship is over. It's how you know your relationship needs some attention.
Because here what I'm thinking, how you know the relationship is over, rule number 1, right? How you know your relationship is over? Number 1, you are seeing them at their wedding and you are not the bride. You know what I'm saying? That would actually mean, you know your relationship is
that's
over.
like you watch enough soap opera.
No, cool on my team. But I'm just saying that
I get what you're saying.
At that point, you can't go cold sleep for that. No, man, don't get married.
If me do a segment like that, I tell you, I'm going to find some answers.
But that's what I mean. I thought that's where you come and say, Kim, this relationship done, because clearly the man is not with you.
I know if it's enough people, the relationship not done.
Well, that's a different question.
You get invited to a show for you and get a wedding gift.
No, I saw a lady come cause that was if the man alone say our baby still want to feed it.
Right?
The man can move on, miss, But anyway, I'm thinking, that would be a good one. Things where you know, say, listen me, at this point, guys. At this point,
you're not still there. You're not there.
Yeah, nobody try to fix up.
Somebody move on.
For your safety and sanity. Just move on.
Make a move.
Right. So we're going to work on the part 2.
Fair enough. I like that actually. All right, so number 7. So we just said there's no emotional connection anymore, or it's a lessened emotional connection, right? Once again, as we said, talk things through first. That's always the first go-to.
Right.
Talk things through, figure out what the root cause is. Is it something that can be fixed? Is it something that somebody really feeling disconnected from the relationship, or maybe losing interest? Whatever it is, y'all have things to talk through and work through, all right? Number 7. Physical intimacy doesn't appeal to you anymore, right? Sexual desire can sway up and down over the course of a relationship. If you're in a lull and can't seem to get your sex life back on track, that's not necessarily a sign that the relationship is over. However, if your passion has deflated and you're no longer interested in your partner at all, that could be a problem. Not even could, that is a problem.
There you go.
Right? A lack of sexual interest is often a reflection of the health and potential longevity of relationships. When just the thought of your partner being close or touching you intimately is off-putting, it could signal that the relationship is in need of some serious work and effort from both partners, or that a breakup is potentially near. Right? So if you are not attracted, or, you know, them touching you, you're like, oh my God, why are you touching me? Right? Type of thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is weird, you know, type of thing. It's a sign. Say things aren't how it used to be.
And this one comes in perfect timing with what Queen Bee was saying. Queen Bee is saying when the person you're being intimate with doesn't feel like it's happening. It's a willful moment.
Yeah, the feel forced.
You just lay down there. You feel
you're not into it,
doing nothing right.
And you feel like,
but
okay,
it's along the same line. So Mirror,
okay,
it wasn't so
on
bad.
time.
It wasn't so bad, Mirror.
So you feel like you're doing it out of obligation.
Yeah,
all right, you know.
Just I do it for do it.
It's been
there's no passion, no romance, no love it up.
I mean, no, say if something not go on, you can feel like something not go on
So
outside. So I'm gonna start this out quick. No, yeah, that's a sign that once again, not that it's over.
Something want brush up.
But attention is needed.
Yeah.
Maybe physical attention. Maybe, as we say, verbal communication, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So if the physical intimacy doesn't appeal to you anymore, that's a clear sign.
Yeah, someone talk about
Something need to work out there. So,
yeah.
like, I don't think at any point anybody really wants to be in a relationship that you don't feel, you know, that intimacy with your partner. Yeah.
And then Mira also had sent some pictures of Sweetie, you know, but these are the newer versions. So these aren't the same strawberry looking one. These are the ones, them all have Spanish, Uva for great. So yeah, them one are two new. Are the new version them, yeah.
So Mira, thank you for that. It came right in time.
Yeah,
so
man.
yeah, if physical intimacy doesn't appeal to you anymore,
feeling the
it's
bond.
You know, feel that bond. You know, look
fireworks,
forward. You know, look
the
forward to that.
passion.
The anticipation, the build up, all of that is just like all right. I know, say if this don't go on, problems. You know, I try to avoid problems. You know, no, that's not. That should never be the reason.
Not
you know.
So
we're going to the break.
Yes, so we're gonna stick a pin right there, people. So we have some great points. Let's just get a recap of the points that we got.
So far, number one, they're suddenly spending more time with their family and friends. Number two, when something major happens, they're not the first person you tell. Number three, you're no longer doing your activities together that you do as in your relationship. It's your thing. Number four, you start avoiding going home, or you avoid spending time alone together. Number five, you feel alone even when you're together. Linked to number six, which is there's no emotional connection anymore. And number seven, physical intimacy doesn't appeal to you anymore.
All right, so we're gonna go to the break, people. When we return, we get the rest of the tips from Kim. What are we talking about? How do you know when the relationship, as they will say, is over, but we'll say, boy, it's on the rocks.
It's on the rocks.
Rough patch.
The road rocky bad. Come like the Jamaican road, them some big pothole and so a road work are go on, and you know.
If the relationship reaches this, okay,
pack up and go.
I joke. There's still a chance, people. So don't worry yourself. We're gonna find out more.
Liquor cement can buy.
After the break. Start the thing with Kim.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.